What's going on, everybody? It's Titus Builds and welcome to my channel. On today's video, it's just going to be actually a gameplay. It's going to be a simple gameplay as I detail and work on a few things I need to do in this small city. Now, I was planning to do a let's build a new city from scratch. However, my mods are currently not working and the map that I wanted to use, it did not turn out good. I loaded the map, I started filming, and the map was a big square. And I think it's because that particular map requires some mods, and my mods were not working. Therefore, I wanted to come over to a smaller city that I've been working on. As I play, talk about my journey with City Skylines, and talk about tips and tricks, anything. This is just a regular gameplay. Now, welcome to my city. This city is called Titan Falls. It's inspired by my name, Titus, and we're going to be doing some building and detailing today. So this is a custom map from Paradox Mods, and I really love it. As you guys can see, it's the fall season, so all the trees have changed color, and it's so beautiful. It reminds me of home. I'm a New England native, so if there's anybody from the US, from New England, let me know if you guys think this reminds you of home. But it's a beautiful city. It's not that big. As you guys can see, I have around 6,000 people and around $375,000. Now, like I said, I don't have my mods, and I've just been playing the game regular. I didn't have everything unlocked. None of that. So let's get right into it. The first thing I really want to do is actually, well, first, let me give you a little tour of my city, okay? So let's start off with the residential area, okay? So I have a few residential areas. I have low density right here and right here. And then all my medium density is down here in the center or in the downtown area. And the reason why I put these, I've seen some creators they like to put, you know, the low density kind of near the city. I really try my best to keep it as far from the city, but still being accessible. Because one thing about it, two things for certain, the people who are moving into the homes, they really don't want a lot of noise. So the best tip that I've discovered is I love to keep my residential areas away from the center and away from the highways. That's why you can see this is the major highway that's cutting through the town. So I have my residential area right here, and I have it right here, and it's also out of the way of my industrial. And as you guys can see, we'll move on to the next area. This is my industrial area. It's pretty small, actually. This is a small city, so I'm still developing it and working on it. So yeah, this is my industrial. I put it over here because I didn't want the air pollution, or the airflow is actually coming this way. Let's see, I can show you. The airflow is coming this way. Therefore, I like to make sure that any residential areas are not going to be in the pathway of any polluted air. So I like to keep that separate. But it's pretty small still. Just my industrial area is pretty small. I recently just added the landfill, which is pretty good. I kept it in the kind of like the same area as the industrial. And then I also have a farm over here, and I'm pretty sure this is for either chicken or grain. Okay, so I have that over here, and that's pretty close to my other residential area, my low density residential area. And as you guys can see, this is another part that I have to detail and put trees and make it look a little bit more prettier, because it looks a little bare right now. So we'll do that today too. We'll probably get to that in a second. All right, so let's move on over to a little bit more into the city. So before you even reach the downtown area, I have my school district right here. I have the high school, I have a college, and I have a elementary school. And I like to keep my schools together. I will eventually have a bigger university and that will probably go somewhere else, not in this area. And another thing I want to point out, you guys have only been playing City Skylines for a few months, so I'm sorry if my terminology isn't the best. And another thing, because I see a lot of creators like create districts, I haven't even created any districts in this town. But that's okay, we will grow together. All right, so this is my school district. It's really, really nice. It's really cute. I like to put a lot of trees. I like to make it feel like New England, okay? And I like to keep it in between like the downtown area and the low density. So I feel like it's easy accessible for everyone. And then moving right to the left of the school district, looking in the direction I am, I have this really, really huge park. This is one of my favorite parks I've ever built in City Skylines. And this bridge I built it over like this little cliff area, and I feel like it turned out to be beautiful. I love it because the citizens get to they get to have a view of really every single part of the city and even the ocean and the water. I think it's so, so, so beautiful. I put, obviously this is a huge, huge park right here. The citizens love parks. They love attractions. You always want to keep them happy, okay? As you guys can see, my citizens are pretty happy. Only have one thing, which is the unreliable health coverage. And that's because I don't have a hospital. I still have a medical clinic, you guys. Please don't judge me. But yeah, so I actually have a lot of parks. I have a park right here. I have a park right here. I even have a park in the middle of the low density residential area. One right here. I don't know if you guys seen over here, actually, I have another park right down the middle. And I actually have another park location. So I have the Grand City Plaza. I have a multi-purpose park. And then I have a few other things here. And I really like to do this because it really, really keeps the citizens entertained. And like, do you want to live in a city where you're not entertained? Come on out. All right, so let's move on over to the downtown area, okay? And I'm going to show you guys a little bit so I can get to detailing, okay? And I also want you guys to see, kind of get an idea of how I like to build my cities. I like to do a mix of the grid and other just random, random directional streets, okay? But in this downtown area, okay, on this left side, this is mainly where all my offices are and some commercial, okay? But majority, this is all office down here. So where all of the citizens are working and stuff. I have a few residential, obviously you can see right here. These are residential areas, medium density. I have a few mixed like commercial buildings. These are my favorite type of mixed commercial and residential. I believe these are like called the Promenade, something like that. And then I also have a few, what are these called? The signature buildings. Yep. I was going to say specialty. No, they're called signature. I have a few signature buildings, obviously throughout the city. Those also make citizens happy. But you guys can see, I don't have enough customers. So if you guys can comment down below why that might be happening. Let's check the unemployment rate though for a second. Well, unemployment 9.6. I gotta lay down some commercial things because I think my citizens are actually wanting some hotels. Okay, let's continue. So yeah, there's a lot of office buildings over here. This is like, I don't know, work central, you want to call it. Have a huge park right here. Have a bus depot. I don't know how to say it. I don't know, you guys. I'm from the States, so sometimes some people say depot. Home Depot. I would just say depot, the bus depot. So that's what I'm gonna say. Over here on the right side, actually, when looking from this direction, this is where majority of my medium density residential buildings are. I have yet to unlock the high density. As you guys can see, I unlock it at level 8. Okay, so I know my game is paused actually right now, so let me not. I have a tendency whenever I'm building to pause the game, and I don't know. I don't know why I do that. Okay, I just want to be more and more in control. Okay, so I think I showed you guys pretty much everything. I have my water tower over here. I have a crematorium right over there. I have yet to finish this railroad. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I really want to extend the city. I want to make a new project, so I don't know if this is gonna be done here or not, but I'm thinking about building over here, like making a bridge to this section and kind of building another little town with everything included, maybe like another hospital, another medical clinic, another police station, you know, maybe another. I definitely need another bus depot or a metro. I'm just a little nervous to use it because I used it in another city and it failed miserably. So I don't know if that's going to be the main focus of this video. However, let's get right into it. I think the things that I really want to tackle today, I want to put more commercial buildings. I want to possibly extend here and build a new part, even if it's just a road layout, and then definitely fix up any areas and that need detailing, so trees, parks, anything like that, anything of that nature. So I think the first thing I really want to do is I really want to just finish this. I could actually do this area right over here. So the way I like to build around like residential areas to make it pretty, I like to go here to the Parks and Recreation, I believe, landscaping. This is Parks and Recreation. I like to go over to landscaping. I go to vegetation. And what I'll do is, I don't like to place young, like the baby and young trees. I actually like to go with the mature and older trees. Sometimes I'll add these ones too, but I don't like to add the sapling. And so what I'll first do, as you guys can see, I laid down a decent amount of oak trees. So what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll just fill in the rest with other trees. I like to use a mix of North American and European. So let's do that. After I go in with oak, I like to go in with alder. I like to use the big trees first. And I just place them where I can. And if you guys are wondering if it's been maybe challenging, actually no, I'm placing them all over the place. What I like to do is I actually really like to work in sections. So I'll do this section, this section, this section, this section, and then this bottom section. And over here too. So I like to work it, I like to work like that. It's a bit more organized. For me, as you guys can see, I don't have any mods. So I'm pretty limited. And typically, if I can't place a tree right here, what I'll do is I'll use another tree that is skinnier. I can go right there. All right, so I'm gonna speed this process up a little bit, you guys, okay? And you guys can see what I'm doing. And as you guys can see, I like to put the spruce trees in the like smaller gaps so it can fill more. Pine and birch also work for this, like that kind of thing too. Alright, so as you guys can see, I finished the main section. I filled in all the trees, or the main sections, I should say. Filled in all the trees. Now I'm just gonna do the border. Okay, and I'm gonna work in sections too. I'm gonna do probably this section first, come along here, and up here, and then finish down here. Alright? All right, you guys, we have finished doing the detailing in the trees for my low density residential area. I think it looks so much better. I love when it's filled. It just looks so much better. And I put some trees over here around the water tower and the crematorium, okay? So that was one of the main objectives I wanted to do. Now let's look around the city to see what we can do. Let's just save the game. I do want to place some more commercial buildings, and I really don't want to build right here. I only put this gas station right here, and I have a few more signature buildings that I want to do. However, I really want to expand the city because I don't have much room for any more for any more medium density, because what I like to do is I like to place my roads first and then expand gradually, okay? So I know there's some space over here that I could do like another grid system, but I'm actually saving this area and even a little bit over here for my high density. I think that'll look really nice. Just for a small portion of high density. All right, so what I think I want to do to have more medium density and a bit more commercial. This is what I'm gonna do. I wanna build a bridge. So I'm gonna go to medium roads. This one is really nice, and I thought about going like, let me go in and place this bridge and I'll come back. All right, you guys, I like this little section right here. I really do. This is really cute. I think it's a nice extension with a nice bridge. So I think I'm gonna wait for the expansion pack, or wait, expansion pack. I'm gonna wait to extend this city a bit in part 2. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in to my first ever video on Titus Builds. Make sure that you guys subscribe to this channel, like and comment on this video for the engagement. I will reply back to every single comment, okay? So thank you so much. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I just did a little detailing, a little tour, just so you guys can see what I'm working with, okay? And I cannot wait to start the next year series with you guys, okay? Thank you so much for tuning in, okay? Titus Builds is out. Bye.